social media is so important. There was a study that I read about a couple of weeks ago. There's a best-selling author and career expert that said 1 in 10 young people have missed out on jobs because they did not take social media seriously. I hear women always tell me the way a man treats his mother is the way he's going to treat you. And I came across a fascinating study. They said a man is more likely to be happy and treat his woman fair if they have a good relationship with the father. And a woman who I thought was going to be a mother has a better relationship with the man, communicates better, is more understanding when they have a good relationship with their father. So instead of looking at the mother, I'm curious, what's your relationship like with the father? The whole civil rights movement didn't just benefit African Americans, it benefited Latinos, it benefited Native Americans, Asian Americans, it benefited women. So there's benefits of what happened with the history of African Americans, and I think we'll see the same with President Obama. My name is Joshua Fredenburg. I am a national speaker, author, and president of the award-winning Circle of Change Leadership Conference. I am also an influential voice of the millennial generation that specializes in providing expert advice on various issues relevant to our generation. My first major television experience began in 2004 when I completed my first book, and I had the opportunity to appear on the Wayne Brady Show as a television guest.
That's a young man that's going places. A young man going places.
As I continue to write more books and speak at college campuses throughout the country, I was invited to appear on local television shows as a guest expert to talk about issues that revolved around relationships, diversity, career success, and politics, to name a few.
How do you know for sure that you're on the same page?
Well, I think there's always going to be unexpected in marriage.
Yeah.
There's always going to be something unexpected. There's always going to be challenges. There's going to be conflict. There's things you're going to face that you had no idea about. I mean, just living with someone for 1 month and you're going to see like, oh my, did I just marry this? But the key is asking the right questions and again, allowing yourself to lay a strong foundation.
And Joshua Fredenburg, our Obama expert, is out here with us today. That's what I call you, our Obama expert.
No problem with that at all. I thought the speech was absolutely wonderful. I thought his objective was to just clarify his vision for the country. If you study Obama's policies and where he's going forward, you'll notice a lot of things he said in his presentation about what he planned to do, dealing with building, job creation, dealing with energy, dealing with education. And I also think he did a call to our generation. He said, we are a great country, we are a great nation, and he challenged us to become that great nation that we have been throughout centuries. The first thing that I think is important is developing your professional skills is just as important as a bachelor's degree. Now again, I believe in an associate's degree, I believe in a bachelor's degree, I believe in a graduate's degree, I believe in a doctorate degree. All that is really important, it's wonderful, sounds good, all that wonderful stuff. But the reality is this, when employers are bringing you in to give you an interview or to give you a job, what they're looking for is someone who has the skill set to meet the job requirements. I began to appear as a guest expert on national television shows in Sacramento, San Francisco, Orlando, and New York City as well. You got to trust your partner. Yes, you have to trust your partner.
That's a big one, yeah.
It's very important. Well, number one, trust is the foundation of any quality or healthy relationship. But more importantly, when you don't have trust, you open yourself up to more challenges. A person that doesn't have trust, number one, is going to have fear. Number two, most people that don't trust someone are going to try to be controlling. And the worst thing in the world is to be with someone that's always trying to control you. Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? What are you doing?
That's annoying, actually.
Very annoying.
You were saying the most influential people are parents, mentors, and community leaders. What do you tell them? What are the main points that you tell them on how to actually shape this generation? And
the main thing when I deal with that perspective, dealing with parents, mentors, and teachers, is you have to look at what do they do. There was a study dealing with Generation Y, the portrait of Generation Y in 2006, and what they found was the younger generation was twice as more likely to choose parents, mentors, and coaches as their role models or leaders versus the older generation. And then when I did my study and I asked the question, out of 8 leaders, who would you most likely choose to follow? It was the community leaders, it was the teachers, it was the motivational speakers, which tells me there's something they're doing right. And what they're doing right, number one, is what I call a servant leadership servant leadership model. That's the model where you understand as a leader, I'm there to serve the people. I'm there to listen to them. I'm there to encourage them. I'm there to build them up. I'm there to make sacrifices for the betterment of them. So I talk about effective communication. One of the most profound things that I talk about when effective communication is there's a well-known expert that deals with marriage counseling. And he's so profound that within 3 minutes, he can tell you based on your communication, a hostile situation, whether or not you're gonna get a divorce or not. In 3 minutes.
Wow.
And the reason why he says this is because he talks about your communication, and he says all communication should be about affection and respect. Allow me to join your roster of guest experts and commentators for future shows when you're in need of an influential voice of the millennial generation.